Hey guys, and welcome to the Hobby News. Well, it's been a few weeks since I've done one of these, mostly because, life, work, things going on, but also because there hasn't been as many new releases that I'd like to cover as I normally would. But today we have something fun, so some more Necromunda, which is really cool. I always love these releases for these sub-games. As I've said many times, the sculptors and designers do a great job of, just coming up with, fun new minis and that sort of thing, different characters that exist in these worlds that Games Workshop makes that, just really cool and very fun to paint, all that kind of stuff, even if you don't play the games. And this one we're going to look at is, follows suit with that. So yeah, Rising from the Dunes, it's the first sighting of an Ash Waste Nomad. So we're looking at, a very sort of, Star Wars inspired theme here as we're going to have a look. Not the same design, but, a similar idea, sort of these sort of outlanders or, whatever you want to call it, like in the deserts and the ash wastes of Necromunda, with long las rifles and that sort of thing. So inspired very much from that sort of thing in Star Wars. But here we're looking at a Necromundian world, all of that sort of thing, 40k. So yeah, pretty cool. So here he is. So we've got the long las here and that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it's a great idea, like to move the gang warfare outside of the hive and move it out into the surrounding, world that Necromunda is about, these ash wastes and so on, is a cool idea because it gives you more options for terrain and different sort of boards that you could play on, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's really cool. We'll take a look at them in a second, but let's see what they say about it. So grab your SPF 5000 tanning lotion and your best pair of sunglasses, preferably wraparounds, and step out into the rad blasted ash wastes to meet a whole gang of new friends. You might have caught a glimpse of these stealthy scavengers in the ash waste cinematic trailer, but as you stand blinking under the lethal sunbeams of Necromunda's great outdoors, you probably won't even see them coming. Yep. So, as I said, a nice idea. They're expanding, the universe of Necromunda and the kind of the world and giving you some more options, and that's great. So hopefully we'll see some, mutated beasts and all kinds of other little creatures, as well as these, the gangers and so on. That'll be a lot of fun to see. Obviously, give the sculptors a chance to muck around with some different ideas. But even here, we're seeing a pretty nice sculpt. So we've got all the little 40k accessories. The bionic leg and so on, which is cool, and the classic little hazard stripes there. It's a cool idea. The mask, it's quite a nice design. We've got it's almost looks like an assassin mask, with the little red eye slits there and so on. It's pretty cool. So I can see some fun paint jobs on this and some fun conversions. I'm sure people will come up with interesting things for this, even for like other agnostic games and that sort of thing. These type of models are great for that because they can be anything. There's sort of a nondescript kind of sci-fi warrior, right? And you can do what you like with it. And also, if we're talking chaos, these would make great cultists, right? So a good base to do some Nurgle cultists, something like that. There's a whole range of possibilities with a model like this. And if the other gangers are similar to this sort of style, these would be just excellent Nurgle cultists, really, wouldn't they? You could do some fun little bits and pieces. You almost don't even need it. The whole look of them is very Nurgle style anyway. If you have all the drips and the little, Nurgle's little fun bits, that'd make this warrior pretty Nurgly straight away. Put some Nurgle symbols on the banner, that sort of thing, a few Nurglings on the base, and there you go. You've got some Nurgle cultists. So there's a lot of possibilities for a sculpt like this and a design like this, which is really nice. We've got the gas masks and so on, and all the little pouches. Yeah, just a really nice sculpt. And the long las there and that sort of thing is a cool one as well, with an alternate sort of power pack, or the ammo pack in that. I guess that'd be like an AK kind of style. This I don't know my guns very well, but that could be that's that kind of reminiscent of a gun like that. But really nice. So let's see what else they say. So get a good look at this scruffy warrior. It may be your last. This is an Ash Waste Nomad, a brand new faction coming in Necromunda Ash Waste, clad in rags to match their barren surroundings, plus an all-over mask equipped with protective lenses and filtration pipes. But despite their ramshackle ramshackle appearance, these nomads are far from savage. Their culture stretches back countless generations, and they've managed against all the odds to survive the planet's brutal conditions. The people of the Ash don't take well to hivers and outsiders stepping onto their turf, much less which is rummaging through the dunes for forgotten treasure. Yeah, so pretty much you'll be able to, I guess there'll be a range of missions and that sort of thing, you know, like attacking caravans and that sort of thing, or protecting them. I'm sure that's the sort of thing. Yeah, it's a really cool idea. I like this art. They've given you a little bit of the artwork for it, which is nice. Yeah, and I like the mask. I'd like to see more of this explored, because this is a really cool looking mask. If we get a few more with some different designs here, this sort of thing, that's a really nice touch. It gives them a little bit of sophistication, because that's obviously much more high tech than the rest of their clothing and so on. It's nice to have that juxtaposition between the sort of more brutal, savage type of thing that they got going on the rest of their clothing, with this much more high tech sort of I guess face mask or helmet that they're wearing, which is cool. Like, I like that. I think that's when you get some interesting ideas being played with, when you can, you know, put sort of elements that normally don't go together and try to fuse them in a way that's interesting. So yeah, I think there's definitely some play here for future designs, and that's really cool. And as I said, for 40k, any of these would make great cultists, and I'm sure someone will definitely do that at some point. So yeah, let's see what else they say. So the guild convoys that crisscross Necromunda often pit these nomads against hive gangs, which is where their deadly long rifles shine. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a long las. I'm assuming that's what it is. There isn't much cover to be found out on the dunes, so a powerful gun with a sharp scope is perfect for picking off outsiders, knocking targets from rocky outcrops, or beating Jews as they scout around in Prometheum guzzling vehicles. Yeah, so yeah, it's cool, right? It's a nice idea, very Mad Max style, you know. Or reminiscent of Star Wars, that sort of thing. You know, they're all fun ideas, and I think you know, people that are into Necromunda and playing the game regularly are going to have a lot of fun coming up with missions and campaigns, and you know, and scenarios and so on to include this sort of thing, especially for the boards, because you know, sand terrain is always really fun because it's easy to do, and you can really go to town all the weathering and all the kinds of effects that you get, you know, in a desert environment. They're some of the funnest ones to make, because there's really, you can't go wrong. You know, you can put all kinds of staining on sort of rust and you know, various types of, I guess, ruined buildings and machinery and so on that would be out there in those sandy wastelands, and you know, and all the toxic environment that you can put in, all the different colors. You know, if you're really savvy with the terrain, you can make little impressions and put in, you know, 2-part epoxy resins and tint it, you know, with greens and yellows and browns, and come up with some really fun stuff. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they bring out for this gang, and what it holds for Necromunda, because it's yeah, it's always cool to see new things and new design directions. So yeah, really cool. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit that like button, subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I guess I'll catch you on the next one.